From the top. Hey everyone, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. Shoutouts to everyone in the balcony. I apologize for the technical difficulties. The internet just died, completely died, and there was nothing I could do about it in that like 3 to 5 minute stretch. But we're here now, and it seems to be stable. Knock on wood, knock on everything. Fingers crossed that we can hold on. Hello Ian, hello Gaoli, hello Gaming Diaries, hello Player 2 Start. Thank you all for hanging out in the chat while I tried to figure this out. It looks like it was one of those things that like I couldn't do anything about it. We were just kind of stuck. But here we are, we're back. Let's play some Tetris. Again, look in the chat. I'm gonna type 3, 2, 1, and on go, hit A, and then we'll join the game together, alright? So, let's get it. Oh, I didn't. My my controller was disconnected. I hope we can make it. Yes, the Charizard drawing was so good it broke the internet. So Gaoli, let me show you real quick. We were playing a video game Pictionary one time, and no one was able to guess that this was Charizard. This is my drawing of Charizard. I don't understand how they couldn't get it. So yeah, Crap Charizard has kind of been a mascot for the stream of sorts. I'll have to put that back on the shelf. But for now, let's go get some W's in Tetris. So some big things happening right now. I going to a convention later this afternoon. Ian's going shopping. We were talking about Ian, more of a direct shopper, and Destiny more of a explorer. Side note, I don't know if you know this, Ian. It's probably awkward if you don't. Hey Randy, thank you so much for the sub, for 1 year of subs. Holy cow, thank you so much for your support, Randy. I'm not sure actually if the notification played. Let's see. We'll run it again. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, just covering my face because I know how to. There we go. Thank you, Randy. One year, yeah. This is the time. Around a year ago, we hit Twitch affiliate on the channel, and I actually put up a post on Friday on the blog inthirdperson.com that asks, is it worth being Twitch affiliate? And I think that a lot of streamers feel like, yes, I want to be Twitch affiliate. I'm gonna do that as soon as that deal comes in. A lot of streamers I see are like, from the instant they start streaming, are like, all right, so how do I get to Twitch affiliate so I can get the money? And I think that the whether you should go affiliate or not is more complicated than, hey, do I want free money? And it's not free money. There's more going on, other decisions you have to account for, other factors you have to account for. And it's, yeah, I hope that if you pursue streaming that you take that Twitch affiliate contract seriously, and you look at the terms and you understand what you're signing up for, and that you are okay with the benefits and the limitations that come with that deal. Not Volcanic. Tetris 99 is okay, I guess. How's it going, Volcanic? Also, seems like you got into trouble by the bot there. And Gaoli says, hey, I ain't getting no money from Twitch affiliate. That's not true. That's not true. You have at least one sub. Shoutouts to, what's his name? Big Large Man? No, we were just talking. Okay. No worries. Before we went on that tangent about Twitch affiliate. Yeah, that's him. Shoutouts to Big Large Man. Thank you for supporting Gaoli and his awesome art stream. Also, shoutouts to Gaoli. You guys, I know I'm in the middle of playing Tetris right now and I shouldn't be typing some stuff. Let's see if we can get that in there. There it is. Yeah, shoutouts to Gaoli. Definitely check out his stream. He plays video games. He speaks in French sometimes. He does lots of cool art stuff, and he really should be charging more money for his work. Some streaming stuff happening later this week. This is going to be an interesting week. On Wednesday, Destiny and I are streaming Overwatch. I don't know if you know this, Ian. Kind of awkward if you don't. Gaming Dyers, and he can draw Shrek. Yes, he can. And so yeah, you are aware. Cool. Yeah, so switch to Decaf on Twitch. We'll be on the channel on Wednesday. We'll be playing some Overwatch together, hanging out. And on Saturday, assuming I can fix some stuff, there are some technical things I need to sort out on my end. But on Saturday at 2 o'clock, we're going to be watching some basketball. I totally forgot that the NBA G League broadcasts games on Twitch, and they allow co-streaming. And my local Raptors 905 are playing on Saturday at 2 o'clock, I believe. I'll have to double check the schedule, but I will reconfigure the stream so we can watch some hoops. I can indulge in talking about basketball and talking about... I actually have some knowledge about the Raptors 905, so this is good. I went to a Raptors 905 game like 2 weeks ago now, so I've got some things to say about that particular team, and then its major league team, the NBA champion Toronto Raptors, as well. So I'm really excited for that on Wednesday. I'll put up the schedule tomorrow with all the details finalized, but that's the goal. Haha, gotta get that in there. Hold on. I will follow the chat in just a second. It's getting a little fast here. We are almost top 10. Gotta get that in there. Time's up. Is it difficult to link a televised broadcast on the stream? So no, this is not a televised broadcast. They're like, the NBA G League is actually broadcasting their games on Twitch, on their NBA G League Twitch channel. So it's just a matter of pulling up a browser window in your stream and broadcasting it that way. And the NBA, like, I wouldn't post the entire game on YouTube after the fact, but I might put some highlights and stuff out on Instagram. Hit that air horn during every basket. I would love to have like a basketball layout specific to that with special sound effects and things like that. I'm probably not going to have that ready for Saturday, and it's going to be a proof of concept test. Also, we are top 10, and it's looking a little rough right now. We're dead. Top 10 though. Top 10. That was pretty good. Ooh, you did not know that. Yeah, we've done a couple of watch party streams here. We reacted one time to like a Pokemon press conference where they announced Pokemon Sleep. We did the Game Awards here at the end of last year, and that was just pulling up the broadcast through a browser. Ian says, if I'm able to make the stream, maybe I can learn things about how basketball works, like what the positions are called, or maybe even some team names. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to talk about all that stuff. If you want to look at it like Basketball 101, we can talk about those things. I will try and point things out. No, I know a little bit of the players. Like, it's the minor league teams, and players are jumping in and out of teams all the time, but I can provide a lot of history on that. I understand the game. I love basketball. Played a lot of it growing up. Oops. Cheer on these teams. Like, we got the banner here. I don't know if you guys noticed this. The moment that banner came up, it did not come down, and that is by design. Also because it's covering a hole in the wall. But the banner is never coming down. Banners hang forever. Shoutouts to everyone who survived that Game Awards stream. Yeah, it was not great. I mean, the actual award show was not great, but we had a lot of fun hanging out. Randy says, "Hoo boy, the Game Awards, that was rough." I see what you did there, Volcanic. Gali says, I really can't do Tetris, but I play some solid rounds in Minesweeper. I would watch a super high-end Minesweeper stream. Oh my goodness, I like slurred my words there really bad. The company made that night bearable for sure. Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to doing another one of these with the basketball stream. If you guys are interested in hanging out, it'll be a great time to do that. Talk about some different stuff. I'm gonna guess if there's anyone going to be there, it'll be mostly new people, but that's okay. We can talk about game stuff there too. Explain the British banner, then old... Explain the British banner, then in old British territory. I'm not... We're talking sports, man. Sports banners hang forever. And if anything, the Houston Astros prove that the banners hang forever even when you cheat with garbage cans. They really should strip them of the title. Anyway, there were two things I wanted to show before the internet completely died. One of the pictures up on the wall right now, it's Spider-Man and Spider-Jet here. So the story behind this picture is my wife and I went to Universal Studios Florida, and this is, like, no word of a lie, this is the first picture I took after I got engaged to Steph. After I proposed, the morning after I proposed to Steph, the very first picture I'm in is this one with Spider-Man. So yeah, this is a cool artifact from our trip to Florida, and of me getting engaged in that time with Steph in Florida and proposing and all that. So cool memories associated with this random picture of me with Spider-Man. And this is the big one. Some of you guys have already seen it, but last year that's so good. Last year we hosted an Extra Life marathon here. We streamed for 25 hours straight, and we raised over $1,000. The year before, we raised $800, and we got a silver medal up here. And I was like, you know what? We're going for the gold this time. And guess what? Bling bling! We got the gold medal. And I also, we remixed it a little bit. Just like last year, we got the initials of everyone on the team on the back. Shout outs to Steph, Randy, Michelle, Yasha, Chris, Rachel, John, Jason, Matt, Janice, Jenna, Maria, and Dusty. The whole squad. We all earned this one. So this one goes out to you guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone that donated to the campaign. And yeah, we're going to put this up on the wall here with the other medals. Actually, let's take a moment to do that here real quick. We'll put all of this stuff back on the shelf. Here. So, and we will hang up this medal now till forever. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna continue doing Extra Life stuff from now till as long as I can keep streaming. We will continue to support Extra Life and pediatric care in our local communities. Congrats on the gold. Thank you so much, Gaming Diaries. And shout outs to Kim and Pete over at Later. Let's give them a shout out too. Shout outs to Kim and Pete over at Later Levels. They finished their 50-day streaming challenge, and they did a 24-hour marathon raising money for Special Effect, which is an organization that helps disabled gamers play. Fantastic organization. I donated to them as well, and Kim and Pete put on a great show throughout, so shout outs to them. All right, back to the Tetris here. Look at your chat. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's get it. There's some other stuff I got. Okay, we'll talk about this after. There's other streaming things I want to do. I bought some equipment and I tested it out. Yes, sir. Well, I didn't test it out. Like, I made a video with it. I still have to edit it, but I have some other things that are going to facilitate more types of streams, which I'm really excited for. Because, I mean, I love video game streaming. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I kind of want to spread my wings and create some more stuff than just sit around and play video games. I think that it's fun, but there's like, you're kind of boxed into the type of content you can do when you have the controller in your hands and you're playing games. But I have some stuff to facilitate other types of things, and I'll show that right after this game. Gally says, off topic, while I was offline, someone subscribed me to a channel for whom I made an emote for. Ooh, you gotta... This is the emote I made free from... That's a cute emote, by the way. And yeah, you got a gifted sub. Congrats. I've gotten a few of those. I have some from Devin Nash, twitch.tv. I had some from Devin Nash, twitch.tv/Devin Nash. He is my one of my streaming Sherpas. He is like probably the best streaming industry analyst out there. Oh no! Oh man. Wow, we messed that up real bad. That was terrible. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Don't. No. I see you hovering over the button. Don't do it. Just stop. Stop. No one needs to see. Nothing happened. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. We're just gonna go back into the game. Nothing happened at all. I'm not even gonna count down this time. This is nothing happened. Oh no, sorry. It's fine. It's fine. So what have you guys been up to this weekend? Oh, that was the thing. Okay. There's at least two things I want to talk about between the next game. I saw a movie. I saw a video game movie, and I think it deserves my full attention in talking it out. And I wonder if you guys have seen it at all. Actually, we'll save it. We'll save it. It's a movie about a video game. It's in theaters now. You can put two and two together on what I'm talking about. What have you guys been up to this weekend? Ian, it's going to the mall. Going to do some Dungeon World. Gali, what are you up to? Gaming Diaries, how about you? Oh, that was a really sloppy drop on my part. Where are the teas? Spill the tea. There it is. So I can get my dumb T-spin single here. Okay. We've got some work to do to clean up this mess, but I think we can do it. I played some Ring Fit this week, which normally wouldn't be worth announcing, except for the fact that I have not played Ring Fit in a while. I would have hoped that the fact that Ring Fit is a video game would make it easier for me to fit into my schedule, but I'm not really playing video games much. Whoa! What am I... Okay. Too many mistakes. I'm going to get burned eventually here. Let's clean that up. There we go. So yeah, for those just tuning in, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Person look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. We are playing some Tetris 99. Stream snipers are welcome. I will do the countdown again right after this game. But for now, if you're in there, awesome. Let me know. If not, we'll get you back in here soon. Okay, there we go. I cleaned up the mess. That only took like a minute. Not a big deal. We laughing. All right, now we can start dropping bombs. Gali says, this weekend I've been debating with family and friends whether I should take a break from volunteering at the homeless shelter and the animal shelter because the coronavirus is spreading so fast. You did it, GG. Thank you. Yeah, that's the coronavirus. Oh man, that is really impacting all sorts of stuff around the world. GDC got postponed due to the coronavirus. The Olympics are on cancellation watch right now. I think the head of the Olympics, I mean, it's his name. I should feel comfortable saying his name, but his name trended on Twitter because I know someone's gonna clip this too. Dick Pound said that in 3 months, if the coronavirus situation is not under control, they will cancel the Olympics. And in the Philippines, yeah, Gali, you mentioned that there are a number of cases and the government hasn't necessarily been upfront in the total number of cases of coronavirus that are currently in the Philippines. So it's a valid concern. It's a valid concern. His name, yes, that is his name. I'm only comfortable with you typing that in the chat because that is his legal name. Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter, not because of the Olympics, because of the guy's name. Exactly. Because we're all so mature in the Twitterverse. No, it's serious stuff, and I hope you all stay safe, do what you need to do, and I mean that's something my Steph and I had a discussion about, because we would like to go on vacation this year, and we've been debating a couple of options, but in recent weeks the virus has spread more prevalently. A lot of places events are shutting down, and I'm starting to have some concerns, like maybe we should just stay home instead and not get sick. Potentially not get sick, but like there's also the chance that we could get sick here too. There are patients with coronavirus here in the city. But yeah, definitely a cause for concern, and I hope you make the right decision for you, Gauli. Awesome name. Yeah. I know, right? I'm sure he received nothing but praise in school growing up. I mean, I guess he's probably had all the time in the world to like switch it to Richard or something, or maybe Richard is his name. But no, his name is Dick Pound. This is probably the only time I will allow the free use of the name in the chat. Whoa, what? Come on, we were having a good game. What happened? I didn't do it. I didn't do it. That wasn't me. I promise that wasn't me. I wasn't. I'm never rage quitting Tetris. Mark my words. Gali says, yeah, Dick Pound broke the internet. But there's a famous economist called Guy Standing, and I only know him because his Wikipedia article went viral. Make a just chatting stream. Yeah, I think a just chatting stream is absolutely something I would like to do once I think once we build enough of a community where like people would show up to like just chat. I don't think I'm quite there just yet, but we're working on it. I do a lot of just chatting type stuff on the stream. And speaking of, I saw a movie over the weekend. I saw it on Friday night. Steph and I went to see Sonic the Hedgehog. That was a pregnant pause there for some coffee. And I guess the $1 million question, is Sonic the Hedgehog any good? It's okay. It's a totally okay children's movie. It does have some jokes in there for the adults that'll probably go over the kids' heads. It has a lot of heart to it, I will say. It does. It's also pretty faithful to the Sonic lore. There's a lot of nods to the games and the animated show, and the guy who plays John Ralphio in Parks and Rec does a great job of acting as Sonic. The performances are kind of cheesy. Like I feel like, in particular, Jim Carrey, he's gotten probably the most praise for his performance of Dr. Robotnik. I think it's a little too over the top for me, just a bit. And the story is it's a very formulaic story, but Sonic the character has a lot of heart, and overall I ended up liking it more than I didn't like it. And like throughout that whole movie, the one thing I was thinking was, man, I am so glad that they redesigned Sonic, because I don't think that movie as a whole is strong enough to stand on its own with Sonic looking the way that Sonic looks. It's not like this is an Oscar-worthy movie and then the design of Sonic brings it down to like, it's just okay. I think it is an okay movie, and if Sonic looked like he did in the trailers, people would demolish it. So I think that part of why the movie is doing okay is like, it's an okay movie and Sonic looks okay, and I can't pick it apart for that very specific reason. And like Sonic is in it a ton. Like you can't, if he looked like trailer Sonic for the entire the entire thing, people would have like just been very unsettled at the sight of trailer Sonic throughout that whole movie. Ian says, if a person does not like Sonic, would they still like the movie, or could they still like the movie? I think so. I think I don't think the lore of it is so deep that if you haven't played the video games, you're not going to understand what's going on. Like, I think it is an okay kids movie. There are other kids movies that work better with or without the lore. I would even say Detective Pikachu is probably still the gold standard for video game movies, even though I think, like, Detective Pikachu, to me, on a 5-star scale, it's like a 3.5. Sonic's like a 3. But yeah, if you enjoy Sonic the Hedgehog and you had some concerns, like, I think it's fine. If you are a Sonic fan, definitely go see it. If you've never played the Sonic games or have no emotional attachment to Sonic, but you're interested in, like, the video game side of it, like, it's okay as well. I'd check it out. Detective Pikachu is just so freaking cute. Yes, it's incredibly cute. Sonic has some cute moments too. And one of the things that, sorry, took off glasses. My glasses are very dusty right now. The thing about Sonic that I found interesting was they portrayed him as being a younger than I normally see him in. Like, he's portrayed as like a 10-year-old kid. And I think that with good reason, they set it up in such a way that it makes sense that Sonic is young, and it probably works for the character in this particular movie. And it helps because he's like a kid on Earth when he's not from that planet. But I just found it interesting that they did that, because it also gives him a bunch of character flaws too that the character normally doesn't have in the video games, or the cartoon for that matter. My glasses are still dirty. There's like a smidge here. But yeah, Sonic overall, thumbs up. Definitely go check that out. All right, back to the Tetris. So yeah, countdown again in the chat. Hopefully we do not get disconnected. And hopefully we can get a bit better of a run here. It's been go Tetris, yes. So yeah, Pete, I don't know if you caught the schedule for streaming this week. On Wednesday, playing Overwatch with Destiny. And on Saturday, we're broadcasting basketball. We're going to be watching an NBA G League game. I know my Raptors 905 are playing. And they're playing... I don't even know who they're playing against, but I think it's going to be fun commentating and hanging out and discussing some sports ball. All right. Oh, there's another thing I have to show you guys. Oh yeah, we'll do that after this next game. For everyone in the chat, do you guys have a favorite video game movie at all? That's on Saturday. I will try and tune in. Cool. I don't know how much of a sports ball fan you are, Pete, but I'll try and make it entertaining for everyone. And try and provide enough context for anyone interested in, like, learning about basketball. Like, I'm willing to go all the way back to, like, hey, this is basketball. The goal of the game is to put the ball through the hoop. But if you want to have, like, deep conversations about Keon Clark smoking in the shower and Vince Carter slamming Sam Mitchell onto the massage table, like, I'm ready to have those conversations too. How similar would it be to Space Jam? Actually quite similar. They both play the same sport. There are some players in the G League that are basically the size of Monstars. I got to see Taco Fall play last weekend, and that dude is literally 7'5". I liked all the video game movies I've seen, no matter how cheesy. In fact, I'm there for the cheese. Wow, you I mean, kudos to you, Gali. Like what you like. I'm not gonna shame anyone for that. One of the tenets of this channel. Like what you like, whatever that means. But yeah, I can't do that. I can't say the same. There are a lot of video game movies I don't like, and I think the vast majority of them are bad or poor. And I cannot stand a lot of the cheese. But I will say, I do enjoy Detective Pikachu. I think that's a legitimately good movie. and Sonic is okay. So I guess by default, those are my top 2 video game movies. I did remember the original Mortal Kombat and enjoying that. I bet it doesn't hold up well now, but I remember like, oh, this action was very cool, and it kind of ties into the video game story. And Gali says, I like all video... Oh, okay, you already said that. Also, speaking of Space Jam, my wife and I did some shopping for the house, bringing this all full circle. We were at HomeSense, which is a store that sells like home decor, furnishings, stuff like that. And we found a pair of Space Jam mugs. She has a picture of it on her Instagram. I don't know if I can find them if I go upstairs to grab them, but they're very cool. And one of them is like the Space Jam. I can't remember if it's the Space Jam logo or it's the Toon Squad. And then one is like Monstars. Detective Pikachu is so good. Yes, yes it is. I look forward to seeing the expansion of, I guess, wherever that goes. I don't necessarily know if there's a Detective Pikachu 2, but I think you could totally do a Pokemon expanded universe. I don't know if they would just do the straight up, I'm Ash Ketchum, and I need to... I can't do the Ash Ketchum voice. I'm Ash Ketchum, and I want to be the very best like no one ever was. I don't know if they make that movie. Even not necessarily... Would they ever just do, like, the straight up... Here is the kid trying to train to be the Pokemon master of the universe? I know it hasn't been done well on film, but that's kind of the entirety of the games, and I don't know that I feel like that could be creatively limiting for the purposes of a movie. Also, the fact that taking out 8 gym leaders and then going through the Elite Four and then doing the final bout, that's a lot to do in 2 hours. Actually, for a kids movie, it's even shorter. It's probably you're probably aiming for like 90 minutes. Ian says, I feel like the best direction to go for most video game movies is going to be stuff set in the same universe, but not a retreading of the stories that already exist in the games. It seems like that's what the Uncharted movie is doing as well, where they're starting, at the very least, this first movie is a prequel with a young Nathan Drake and a younger Sully. I was actually watching, what's the name of the James Corden show? Steph had the YouTube highlights of that pulled up, and Tom Holland was the guest. And he was like, yeah, we're starting filming that next week. I just read the script, or we're starting it tomorrow, and I just read the script last night for the first time. It's fantastic. I mean, he's probably super biased, but that seems to be the approach that's happening with the Uncharted movie as well. Gali says, I want a Marvel Cinematic Universe, but with all those video game games. So you want the Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. I get that. And technically, they're starting to do... I mean, like, Detective Pikachu exists, so all the Pokemon are in there. The Sonic movie is out. The Mario movie, I think, is scheduled for 2022? Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe, yes. Yeah, that would be... What? Oh, okay. Alright. This is probably a bigger conversation, but how do you build a Smash Bros. Cinematic universe? Like, what movies are you starting with first? What is the thing that brings everyone together? Like, who is the Nick Fury of the Smash Bros. Cinematic universe? The thread that ties everything together. Is there, like, the Infinity Gauntlet? Like, what? I'm opening this up for all the writers out there, anyone that's interested. How do you make a Smash Bros. Cinematic universe? Also, we're almost top 10. And of course, as soon as I say that, I'm probably going to jinx us here. All right, top 10. And so, yeah, I will catch up on the chat in a bit. Let me try and stack these blocks and get this W for you. And for those just tuning in, I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com, personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits, playing some Tetris 99. Snipers are welcome. In the next round, we will open that back up for anyone that's interested, but if you want to hang out and just chat, that is cool too. We're talking about video game movies and a hypothetical Smash Bros. Cinematic universe. How would you build a Smash Bros. Cinematic universe? You can use the Marvel template as an example, but feel free to riff on it however you like. Uh-oh. Top 6. I know we blocked the hole there. We'll fix that real quick. Okay, we'll just burn those 2 lines. Bring that down. There. Ah! Okay. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Bring it down. There. Okay. Tetris. Tetris. There. I know we created some gaps here. Created more gaps there. And we're probably going to eat it here. Damn it! There wasn't really much I could do there. But top 3. We'll take it. Molly Goon says, would you go in a Wreck-It Ralph direction or a Detective Pikachu direction? Oh. That is an interesting twist on that idea, Molly Goon. Also, welcome back. If you had the idea of we're in this basement, right? And there's all these video games and somehow all the video games connect to each other in some way. Or like I'm on my Nintendo Switch and I go to the... Oh man, I don't even have it. Oh. And they're gosh, I was gonna say, what if the Smash Cinematic Universe starts with like all of the digital download games on like this Nintendo Entertainment System, like all of the downloadable games you can play, like the NES games and the SNES games, and they somehow talk to each other, but we know that Nintendo's never gonna update it enough to have all the characters in there. So that premise is completely off the books. Gaoli says Bowser has to be the Thanos. Okay, that's fair. Ian says, way back in the early days of Adventure Rules, I actually had a Smash Bros fanfic that was kind of intended to do that sort of thing. It only lasted 1 arc though. I'd have to check that out. Also, wow, the focus on this camera is completely off. Hold on. I've got like a pretty sick bokeh effect happening in the back, which is totally not intentional. But let's try and reset that. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Refocused. Ian says they bring back the Mario Rabbids Inventor Girl. Accidentally combine the different game worlds. All right, that's another way to do it. So all of you are suggesting some sort of meta element, I guess kind of like Smash where everyone's a toy or an amiibo. Oh, it could be amiibos that somehow get sucked into the video game, but some sort of like real world element where these are fictional characters all getting sucked into this world to battle each other to the death, is what you're saying. Hey, JB, how you doing? We're playing Tetris. We'll get in there in a second. We're just talking about this, so I'm very close to buying Fantasy Strike. If you buy Fantasy Strike Mulligoon, I'll totally play with you. Make it happen. And if we want to stream with me, we'll do that too. And yes, I really like the Mario Rabbids approach to that. And you're doing pretty good. Awesome. We're talking about just taking a moment to talk about this idea of the Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. And how would you do that? How would you build a Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe? Understanding that presumably every franchise would get its own movies and then they all tie together into like whatever Smash Bros. The movie is. All right, I'll let you think about that. But we're going to go back to Tetris. And if you're interested in playing Tetris 99 with me, I'm going... Hey, yeah, right. Shout outs to JB. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me hit that air horn for you as well. If you're interested in playing some Tetris with me, we're going to do the countdown in the chat. Look for the 3, 2, 1, and when I type go, hit go at the same time. There it is. Run it back. Go, go, Tetris. Too many characters for my brain to handle. That's fair. I think the way to approach it is to start with like one. Or like even think about it in isolation of like the Mario movie is this, the Zelda movie is this. Like the Zelda movie basically writes itself. And then does it just like you have all these movies and then Master Hand comes from the sky and then like pulls them away? And that's how every Smash Bros. Cinematic movie ends. Your IGN is 9L original. Oh, okay. Like your username? I have not partaken in the IGN message boards. I haven't looked there in years. Like message boards, generally speaking, I have not. Okay, that's not true. I'd still like a Metroid movie, even if it won't have much dialogue. Yeah, that one's an interesting challenge. I don't know how you make a Metroid movie without it being... Oh, hold up. All clear. Bam. Clip that one. Clip that. Please clip that one. Whatever other mistakes I may have made in the past, like, throw those in the garbage. This is the one you want. GG. On Metroid, yeah, that's a challenge in itself. Like, how do you make a good Metroid movie? Whatever happened to the Castlevania showrunner during a Metroid Enmoy? Did he just say he wanted to do that, or was he actually in talks to do that? Oh, I have no idea. And Randy says if you remove the Smash characters that don't talk, you wind up with a more manageable number. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it, Gali. I have my Stream Deck configured that I just hit a button and it marks where to clip, and then I go after the fact and clip everything. So you don't have to worry about it if you don't feel compelled or can't do it yourself. It's no biggie. I was kind of joking too. Yeah, what other... Okay, here we go. Let's use the... Maybe let's take a step back from the idea of the Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. And pitch me, like, using the franchises that are represented in Smash Bros. Pitch me on a movie based on any of those characters, any of those franchises in there. What does... For example, what's a Fire Emblem movie? Like, do you just take the plot of 3 houses? Do you build one based on other characters in there? Like, do you make the Ike movie? Do you make the Fire Emblem Heroes movie? Base it on the mobile game so you have an excuse to put all those characters all in one. I guess even so, like, the Fire Emblem movie is basically the same movie every time. But maybe there'd be some other unique drama along the way. You would probably have to add some sort of element of will they, won't they romance stuff. I've never played Fire Emblem. If you ever get a chance... well, Fire Emblem is one of my favorite franchises. And if you have any interest in a turn-based strategy game, absolutely try it. If you've never played a turn-based strategy game, Fire Emblem is a great place to start. But I understand that turn-based strategy games are not for everyone. And Ian says, oh, Randy says you couldn't do a 3 Houses movie without upsetting 2/3 of the audience. There you go. And Ian says, I think television shows would be way easier. Zelda, do it American Horror Story style. Each season a different Zelda setting with the same actors reprising slightly different roles. Yeah, that would work. Fire Emblem needs an Attack on Titan style show, a core cast of characters, but also a focus on all the different members of a military unit and the horrors of war. There you go. Ian has it all figured out. Sign me up for Ian's anime Smash Bros. Anime universe. Also, yeah, we've made some potentially catastrophic moves here. Oh no, here we go. This is what I was banking on, being able to do that. And we'll do this so we can cut this down. Might not be the most high-scoring moves in the immediate term, but I wanted to clear that hole, and I just blocked myself. Great. Yeah, you're right, though. A lot of those video game stories would probably work better in a long-form medium like television. I was talking to Steph and I were talking about this yesterday, and she mentioned she would like to see a good Street Fighter movie. And I think that can be done. There is enough characters and lore to make that thing happen. And we've already seen a proof of concept of that. There was that like online show that just had a handful of characters. It had Ken, Ryu, and it was a story revolving around them. And then, like, Gouken was in there, and Akuma. And I've heard good things about that one. I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard it was good. I think just the big thing is it can't have every single character in the Street Fighter universe at once. It's gotta be a small cast. Even though they tried that with the Chun-Li movie, and that movie was pretty terrible, too, from what I've heard. Gaming Diary says, Adventure Rules needs to do all the writing and directing. Yeah, sure. I approve. Where is the GoFundMe so we can kickstart, or the Kickstarter so we can get this project off the ground? A Final Fight movie would be awesome. Yeah, they're probably like that's a straight up beat 'em up, but there's probably enough lore in that too, or you can fill in the gaps and make that interesting. I mean, yeah, we've seen now The Witcher was also, yeah, Netflix, people really like that. I need to go back to The Witcher. I know we streamed it twice, and I have not played it at all since, and my plate is starting to get full again with games, so I'm not sure when, but that was a cool game. I really liked what I played of that so far. But part of why I'm reluctant to stream it is I'm super conscious of what that looks like as a viewer. And I mean, some people can make that type of game work. I've been watching this streamer called Story Mode Bay, and she plays almost exclusively like narrative and story-based games, but she makes that her own through like really witty and sassy commentary, and that's not my style in terms of like how I talk and commentate on stream, and so she could probably make a Witcher game work really well in a way that I don't think I have that skill set to make that an interesting watch for those watching the stream. At least I don't think I could carry an extended series of The Witcher in that way. Also, we're top 3. Let me go and focus on this. Let's talk about some Tetris, right? All right, so trying to get down to that hole. We just need to clear that one space. I know oh man, okay. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's clear that up. Okay, now we've got access to the hole. And throw that in there. Top 2. Alright. I think under control here, but the stack feels a little low. I wish... Oh, that was bad. I wish I had a couple more blocks so we could throw a couple more attacks his way. Right now, we're kind of stuck on the defensive until we get some more blocks in here. There we go. Throw down a triple. Clear out that. Throw that down. Unless we get like an all clear or something, which is highly unlikely at this point. But, okay. There we go. They sent over some shots. Down. Bring that across. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Oh, man. Yeah, see, that was what I was concerned for. Of them having a lot of blocks and being able to strike back, but now we just throw it back in their face. And... there it is! There we go. Get that W. 15 KOs too. Woo! Oh, I didn't mean to take a picture, but sure. Chimo, runner-up, Tommy Guns, number 3. Good job, guys. Oh, that was it. JB said your Tetris name, 9L Original. You came in 6th. Awesome. First place seems super hard. It's pretty hard, yes. It can be pretty difficult. Good job there, 9L. All right, so we'll run that back. We'll do the countdown. Drago, you're doing well. Welcome back, by the way. Shout outs to Drago all the way from Africa, my friend. All right, let's do that countdown again. Boom, get back in there. We're doing well. We're talking about a potential Smash Bros. Cinematic universe and how you bring these video game characters to life on film, on screen. I remember there was talks of a Tetris movie, and I don't know where that's happened, but someone signed up for an entire Tetris trilogy, and I have no idea what you would do to make a Tetris movie. That seemed like a horrible idea. I love Pete chiming in with the Go Go Tetris every time. Also, Drago, I want to test your hip hop knowledge here. Can you tell me what's going on? Can you quote what's happening in this picture right here? All right, back to the game. Gali, I mean, they did a movie about Battleship and that one boxing film with Hugh Jackman, Huge Jackman. This might be a hot take here. And this has also been a point of debate here in this house. I hate Hugh Jackman's singing voice. Absolutely hate it. I cannot stand listening to his super it sounds terrible to me. And I know people love his performance in Les Mis. They love his performance in The Greatest Showman. And I will say the Greatest Showman soundtrack absolutely has some bops in there. But man, I hate his voice, so it hurts my ears. I can't do it. And he went on tour. I think he went on tour just for the singing stuff. And people really liked it. But man, I can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Not hating. It's just, hey, this is... I'm not into Hugh Jackman as a singer. Yeah, but he's a huge Jackman. This is true though. I cannot debate that. Also Wolverine. So there's that as well. Gotta go, everyone, but have a great day. Thank you, Gaming Diaries, for hanging out. I will see you around, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. I heard he was discovered when he played Gaston at the Beauty and the Beast musical. Okay. Yeah, I know very little about Hugh Jackman, but hey, kudos to him for making the most of his talents. How do you like Undernight? Ooh, look at Mulligan creeping through my game. That's okay. Undernight is... I have not played enough to form a final opinion on it. I think it's a cool game. It has a pretty open-ended combo system that lets you do a lot of stuff, even if it doesn't have the crazy air dashing, and the combos in the grand scheme of things are much shorter than your traditional anime game. But there's enough there. It finds a pretty decent balance of... man, accessibility isn't even the right term, because like there's a lot of weird stuff happening in that game when you talk about like the Vorpal system, and I mean, Infinite Worth is just a super, but there's other systems in that game that are kind of weird. That kind of like make it stand out too, but there's a lot of weird stuff in there too. So yeah, if you are looking, if like you're already a anime fighting game player and you want like your favorite anime game player's favorite anime game, like that deep cut, then I would recommend checking out Under Night and Birth, but I don't think it's for everybody. Like, I would probably recommend, if you're just starting out, like, try a Dragon Ball, try a Blaze Blue, Cross Tag. One of those games first, before going into Under Night. Yeah, saw you playing last night and went rushing to Twitch hoping you were streaming. That's why you're here. Sorry, it's Tetris. I should do some Under Night stream stuff at some point in the future. The schedule is pretty packed right now. Yeah, next week is going to be Overwatch and NBA G League basketball. The week after that, it might be the D&D stream. Well, like, the D&D tutorial stream. It might be that, and maybe the weekend after we'll do some Under Night. And then some certain sisters might be with me on stream in a couple of weeks as well. TBD on that. Oh, hold up. Let me back out here. Pete says, gotta go, I'm afraid. Catch you later, and thanks for the stream. Thank you so much, Pete, for dropping by. Tell Kim I said hello, and I'll see you guys around. Later! And Ian says, my favorite Hugh Jackman story. Once he was in a musical where his character kissed another man on stage, and just before the kiss, someone shouted, "Don't do it, Wolverine!" and he almost broke character. Nice. I've always wondered about that. The idea of, like, actors just not being able to break out of that archetype or that role. Like, you get... It might be your most successful role, but people think about you as that forever, and how hard that can be to break out of it. Like, Daniel Radcliffe is starring in some crazy movies this year. Like, one where he has, like, guns fused to his hands, and this other movie, and, like, all of these, it's all, like... it's seemingly a very conscious attempt to be as un-Harry Potter as he can. And I don't know if he's ever gonna shake that. And on one hand, like, why would you want to shake it? Harry Potter is, like, one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. Pop culture franchises of all time. It's made him a ton of money. But at the same time, like, he finished that when he was a teenager, and he's got his whole life ahead of him, and he wants to branch out and do other stuff. And it, in a way, it probably does hurt him that everyone sees him still as, like, Harry Potter. I will have to the waiting game now for downloads. You'll have to play the waiting game now for download? What's going on with your downloads, man? Alright, again, we're going to do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Y'all know the deal. Maybe we'll sneak in like a couple of minutes of Under Night and Birth at the, like, the very end. I do have to leave at like 11 o'clock on the dot, because the convention starts at 11 and it's about an hour or so drive away. So yeah, might sneak in a little Under Night. I'll show you some stuff that I've learned. I've learned like 2 combos. But I can talk a little bit about the things that make Under Night interesting. Oh, there was another thing, and I specifically wanted to show Pete this. Ah, he's not here. Okay. All right. Question for the group. I've been talking a bunch about streaming here, and oh. Did you see on YouTube an FGC club has Fantasy Strike tourneys? I wonder how many there are, because there's the local one here in Toronto does have it has Fantasy Strike tournaments as well. So that one is run by Toronto Top Tiers. They're the guys who do all of the major tournaments here in the city, and they run the weeklies as well. Shout outs to Neo Russell, by the way, who I've met a number of times, and he is like the godfather of Toronto FGC. I don't know where the Toronto FGC is without him. He's like the guy who organizes all these tournaments. He's the one, like, Capcom Pro Tour stops in the city. He's the one running those as well. And I've had the opportunity to talk to him a couple of times, like, in tournaments, and we competed together in the Street Fighter National Championships a couple of years back. You won your game. Congratulations, JB. For kicking my butt and everybody, 98 other butts in this game. In Toronto, yes. Yeah. I have watched a little bit of it. And yeah, I've met some of those people that are playing in those games. And I thought about, like, Toryuken is coming up in the summer, and I thought about competing in Fantasy Strike. I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that, though. Like, tournaments are so weird in the sense that they're not cheap. Like, that level of tournament is like 30 to 50 bucks. I think it's like 30 bucks entrance fee and then $10 registration per game. Oftentimes, I usually only compete in one game, but I do like to compete in more than one at a time. And the thing with tournaments, at least for me, is that I want to go to a tournament. If I'm spending that kind of money to go to a tournament, I want it to be a game that I'm super passionate about and one that I've trained in for... I mean, there isn't necessarily a time frame to that, but it's a game that I really love, and I know that if I lose, / when I lose, I will have no regrets at my performance. And I feel like for me to do that, I have to train a lot and play that game a lot, and I just haven't been playing... I haven't really sat down and focused on a fighting game in a long time. Just been busy with other priorities, trying to get the stream off the ground, and playing a bunch of games to review them on the site, to stream, and... I don't know. I guess if there was any game I could get up to speed on quickly, it would be Fantasy Strike, and that's why I was thinking, like, maybe I go to the tournament and play Fantasy Strike. Uh-oh. That was a fatal move. I mean, there was nowhere else to go, but... Ah, damn. So yeah, Mulligan, I've seen those tournaments. I haven't been to the weeklies. I've gone to some of their major tournaments, but the weekly tournaments are really hard for me. They're downtown, and, like, I work in the city as well. But going there after work, maybe we wrap up at like 9 or 10 o'clock. The public transit going to my neck of the woods from the city is really sparse at that point. So, like, it's the entire night. It's really hard to get home after that. And so I don't really compete in the weekly tournaments. But the weekend ones, like the major tournaments, I have gone to a bunch of times. JB Gauli says... Oh, Gauli says you gotta go. Thanks for the stream. Good luck. Thank you so much, Gauli. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you around. JB says, I've only been to one tournament for Smash Bros, but I may go to Perfect Clear when it happens. Awesome. Wait, is Perfect Clear like a Tetris tournament? Are they doing... Are you saying that there's Tetris 99 tournaments happening? I might have to do that. There's a game. I play this game a ton. I probably... Yeah. I think I could compete. Like, I don't necessarily think I could win, but I think my skills are at a point where, like, I would feel confident that I put my best foot forward. Drago says, I got MK11 for my Switch when I'm on the road. Why can't I just transfer my PC version over to the Switch? That's a good question. Because, yeah, the ecosystems don't really connect like that. The Xbox is promising that they will have that feature where if you buy it for any Xbox platform, it'll carry with you forever going forward. Like, if you buy an Xbox One game, like, yeah, Cyberpunk is that way, where if you buy the Xbox One version, it'll work for the Series X. But some sort of universal version of going, like, across different platforms, that's going to be a tougher proposition from a technical standpoint, but also mostly a business standpoint. Those companies, if they can charge you for 2 copies of the game, they're going to charge you for 2 copies of the game. And Randy says, ooh, looks like Perfect Clear is a puzzle game. Where is perfect clear? There are a couple games I would like. Okay, let's see this lineup. Magical Drop, Puyo Puyo Champions, Puyo Tetris, Puyo Tet. I've never seen that acronym. Makes sense. Bomberman, Puzzle Fighter, Classic Tetris, Crystal Crisis, and Puzzle. Where is this tournament taking place? I would love to throw down in some Pokemon Puzzle League. And that is another game we have to stream. It's in Atlanta. Man, that's far. That's far. That's far. I don't know if we can get out to Atlanta this year. We have a short list of places in the US that we would like to visit. Atlanta is farther out than what we are hoping for. But that's cool. I would love to do a puzzle game tournament. And like, even if I'm not, that's one where like I would be okay with just going to the tournament, playing, having fun. If it was a fighting game tournament based on like my experience playing these games and competing in tournaments, I would want to go all out and play for the win. Puzzle game tournament, I have no context for how good or bad I am at those. I would love to try it out. Wow, you're gonna make travel to the US, right? I mean, it's like 5 hours from me, but I'll try to go. Okay. All right, let's count it down. I know it's cheating, and it counts. My favorite state in the US is Hawaii. Easy. No hate towards any particular other states for any particular reason, but Hawaii's awesome. I highly recommend checking it out if you ever get the chance. Yeah, puzzle game tournament, man. You're in the game. Awesome. Good luck, JB. If I don't win it, I hope you do. Yeah, puzzle game tournament. That would be fun. I would love to compete in a Tetris attack. Classic Tetris would be fun. I know I'm not good at that game at all. You can find the YouTube video where I test my skills against Classic Tetris, and it did not work out that well for me at youtube.com/inthirdperson. Next week's video is TBD. I recorded for a video about Fuser and Drop Mix that I want to go live this week, but I don't know if I'm gonna have it ready. So if it's not that, it's a video about turn-based strategy games on the Nintendo Switch. It's one of those two. I also recorded a video about charity streaming and some tips you can use to help you improve your charity stream and get more viewers and ultimately get more donations for whatever cause you're supporting. So yeah, youtube.com/inthirdperson. I post those videos every Wednesday. Thank you to everybody that's checked out those videos so far. It's been quite the learning experience about how to come up with an idea and flesh that out in a video, trying to make the process of editing a little more efficient, realizing how important titles and thumbnails are, and yeah, just a bad thumbnail or a bad title can completely sink an amazing video. And not to say that like all my videos are amazing or anything like that, but when you realize how important the thumbnail and the title is for your video, it almost completely changes like your workflow. You're almost thinking about like, what would make a good title and a thumbnail, and then you build a video around that. Yeah, there's a couple of other ideas I've got written down that I want to try and flesh out as videos. There's some Street Fighter stuff, a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 video I have in my head, and this other thing. Okay, after this game, there's a thing I have to show. I keep saying I'm going to bring up... It's not even that flashy of a thing, but because I've built it up so much in my head, I should share it with you guys. Drago says, I entered a local Fortnite tournament. It really felt like I was a bully. Felt really bad. Nah, don't feel bad. You're in a tournament. The whole point is to play to win. Once you get to that level, I mean, there are people who are going to be playing it for fun, but really you're there to win. So, do what you got to do to get those W's. Other tournaments I would love to be. I want to do... Yeah, I'm not particularly... I signed up a couple years ago. I signed up for a board game tournament. It was for... I don't know if you guys have heard of the card game called Splendor. Our local board game cafe was hosting a tournament for the game, and my wife and I signed up because we're both big fans of it. Steph is better at it than I am. And unfortunately, my grandfather passed away like right before the tournament, and we had to cancel. So didn't get around to playing that, but I would love to compete in a board game tournament as well. I don't know what game, like Splendor would be fun. I know I'm not the best at it, but I would do it. And I think I wouldn't take that as seriously as a video game. Like, fighting game tournaments for me, just based on my past history with playing those games, I would go into it like, I gotta win. It's more, the whole ninja, it's more than a game, be angry. Like, that would be me trying to play in a fighting game tournament. But for everything else, I think I would be okay to just have fun. What other games would you want to compete in at a tournament? Whether you're like tournament level player or not. Like, would you want to go to a local event and compete in like Mario Kart or something like that? Back to back, bang. All right, throw down. What time is it now? 35. Okay. Mulligan, you gonna be here for the next till like 11 o'clock? If you're still here. If not, then we'll change the plans about. I can show you. I can talk a little bit about Under Night before we go. And then at some point, I will stream that. Randy, if you're interested in playing Under Night with me on stream, we can do that too. Ah! Okay, so here's the thing that I've been trying to share the entire stream. Sure. Okay, cool. Maybe Randy... Yeah, okay, we'll just talk about, like, Under Night at the end, and I'll walk through, and we'll save, like, us battling on stream and fighting online people for another time. But the thing I've been trying to show on stream and, like, opening up new possibilities of things that I want to do. This thing. I know this doesn't look like a lot, but this is a weighted base with a boom arm, and on the end here is a smartphone holder. And so this opens up a lot of doors for me creatively, particularly with the camera here pointing down at the table. And one of the things I'm looking into doing are board game streams. So yeah, I've got at least 3 cameras here. We've got the lights. I would bring everything upstairs, and we could probably run a decent looking board game stream now. And so that's something I'm looking into doing, having like Michelle Yasha come over, maybe doing one with just Steph. Randy, you'd be welcome to play as well. And just setting up like streams where we just play board games. And I think that would be a lot of fun and something different as well. Oh, dude, literally, Tony. Well, dude, thank you so much for the sub. Man, let me hit that air horn for you. I hope you're doing well, man. I didn't see you at the Extra Life kickoff event, and you missed this. Hold on. There's one thing in particular you did not get. So yeah, literally Tony and I are both big supporters. Hey, Tony. We are both big supporters of Sick Kids Hospital here in Toronto. He is local. And we both have done multiple Extra Life campaigns. And the kickoff party was like this past week. And one of the souvenirs they gave us was this. Oh, that. And it's not like magic dust. It's dirt. It's dirt from the new Sick Kids Hospital. They started construction on the new hospital, thanks in part to the work of literally Tony, Randy in the chat, myself, everyone else that has contributed to Extra Life here in the city. Shout outs to Justin, shout outs to Jess over at the, well, Jess is over at the Children's Miracle Network now. Shout outs to Justin, who runs the Extra Life Toronto Guild, and everybody else who is part of the Extra Life Toronto community. This is the start of the brand new Sick Kids, new $1 billion hospital here in the city. Couldn't make it, man. That's okay. That's okay. I hope you're doing well, though. I know you've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy on your stream. Let's do like 1 or 2 more games of Tetris, and then we'll talk a little bit about Undernight if Mulligan is here. And then we will do a Undernight stream at some point in the near future. All right, so countdown in the chat. You guys know what to do. 3, 2, 1, go. You won the match. Congratulations, JB. All right, so at like 10:45, we will switch over to Undernight, and I'm not gonna like play super serious or anything. I'll just talk about like some of my initial thoughts, how the game works, and just run through like what I find interesting about it. Which Final Fantasy? I think it's 13, right? It involved light. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy at all. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's the one with the kid with the big sword. The one with the spiky hair. There you go. Oh, it was 13 for 4 months. Yeah. Kudos to you, man. I see you like commit and like you have like a focus on streaming like let's play games, and you play through these whole campaigns, and man, I can't do what you do, man. I just like I'm only streaming like twice a week, just life circumstances and stuff, and then yeah, just other things going on for me to stream that style of game. Like we streamed Paper Mario last year. We did that let's play from beginning to end. And because I was only playing it like once a week, that game took like 5 months to beat. And like, is that really what I want to do with my stream? Like, I know you stream like 3 times a week and you usually stick with the same game. Like that helps you get through that stuff more considerably, but I just don't think I have the bandwidth to take on that type of challenge. But yeah, for everybody in the chat, let me give literally Tony a proper shout out here. There we go. Definitely check out his channel. That's fair, but thanks. Yeah, no worries. They what else did you miss at the event? There's food, of course. There was an actual patient gave a really moving speech. He was very eloquent for a 9-year-old. I was very surprised. He spoke well beyond his years, and that was really cool. And then we had a presentation from the director of critical care at Sick Kids, and he was talking about their big push towards the use of AI in bedside care. That was really cool, and he had a ton of respect for gamers and the game industry and the gaming community. How's chat doing? Oh, dude, thanks, man. Would be awesome seeing you again for sure. How's the chat doing? Yeah, chat's doing okay. I don't know if you mean like, oh, or you're talking to the chat here. Yeah, how are you guys doing right now? Ah, that was not what I wanted to do at all, but we'll let that go. JB in the chat is kicking my butt in Tetris, so there's that. Yeah, we'll slip that way. There we go. But yeah, Tony, do you plan on doing any volunteer events this year? I was admittedly not the most involved guild member last year. I worked a total of 1 event and just kind of disappeared. It's really tough. I find the scheduling to be a challenge, and I talked to Justin about it after. And not to say that it's Justin's fault per se, but just like the way my life works and the timing of things. A lot of these events are on the weekends, and like I'm just really busy on the weekends, so it doesn't really work out for me most of the time. Like I really have to just carve out time and say, hey, I'm volunteering on this day, and put my foot down, and that's that. Uh-oh, this is not great. Maybe, but if I do plan an event, I'll keep you posted. Love to participate with you. I hear you, man. Yeah, doing some sort of like collab of some sort, I'd be down with. Whether it's, I don't know if I can actually, I think I set up again as a team leader, and I don't think I can move. But like if we have some sort of like cross-stream collab of some sort, yeah, I'd be interested. We've got lots of time though. All right, throw that down. We're almost top 20. Oh, okay. Whoa, man, we just like dropped a bunch of people there. All right, top 20. Let's see if we can close out Tetris 99 with a win here, and then we'll spend a couple minutes just talking about Under Night and Birth. For anyone interested, I know it's going to be a really dramatic shift in content for the last few minutes, so if you came for the Tetris and only want the Tetris, totally understand. Thanks for watching. Well, I shouldn't say goodbye just yet, but Drago says, I'm sick again. Kidneys decided to act up after years of treatment. So my wife is worried, and I'm personally just drained. I feel help. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, because the last time we talked, you were doing really well. I don't know what to say other than like, keep on putting up the good fight, man. Praying for you, and I hope you bounce back and can sustain longer. All right, top 10. Let's go. All right. So let me walk you through. Let's go hit this Tetris. Again, I don't actually like being this low, this late in the game, because it doesn't give me a lot of options to recover if someone sends junk blocks like that. And it doesn't give me a lot to attack with. Although, yes, I'm technically safer in a way in that I'm not as far up to the top. But it does pose some other challenges that can be difficult to deal with as well. That's not great, but we'll take it. Okay, throw that down, down, down. Why didn't it go? Yeah, that's the problem with ground spinning sometimes, is that depending on the way that the formations are, you may or may not get the rotation right. I mean, it's going to be the same rotation per scenario, but you just have to be mindful that in this particular configuration, this block will spin, and in other ones, it won't. Yeah, once Tetris gets this fast, it almost becomes a different game, where you really have to account for how the blocks spin and how you can rotate while they are on the ground. All right, so top 5, almost top 5. All right, top 5, let's go. Oh no. All right, that's fine. Not that big of a deal. There we go, swing that around. That's good. Down, down, clear that out. Although, yeah, we're getting attacked pretty hard here. There. That's not what I wanted. Okay, fine. You're just gonna go there now. And we are in trouble. Oh, get over, no! And JB wins. Congratulations, JB. That's okay. I opened the door to everyone to come play Tetris, and this is what happens. So, thank you, JB. I will get you next time. All right, we're gonna take a couple minutes to talk about some Under Night in Birth. So for everyone who just came for the Tetris, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys soon. But if you want to hear about Under Night in Birth, super niche anime fighting games, and just hear like why this might be of interest to you, stick around for this next little bit. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. So game Under Night in Birth. Is this gonna update easily? Under Night in Birth. It might not be because okay, we'll keep it at that. Title, just chatting Under Night. All right, let me switch over the game real quick. I'll stick around for a few minutes. That's cool. Yeah, we're not gonna be here long. I will talk a little bit about what I know about Under Night in Birth and talk about why you might be interested in this game or maybe not. JB is good. Yes, he is. I'll stick around for a few minutes. Cool. So yes, Under Night in Birth. This game is its newest iteration, just came out a couple of days ago, but this is technically a like 5-year-old fighting game published by the people behind Dragon Ball FighterZ, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, but it's developed by French Bread. You can see them. They are a very small dev team. They also made Melty Blood, which is another super niche fighting game that maybe you've never heard of before. And some of the things I've noticed, I've learned about this game. We're just going to hop into training mode and talk about some of the things that it has. Also, if this is a little too loud, let me know, and I will put the volume down. Unreleased, first released in 2012. Okay, there you go. So yeah, let me know if the sound is okay. It's a little loud. Okay, how about now? I dropped the volume a couple decibels. And I will use my boy Spider-Man here to demonstrate some things. Better. Okay. But yeah, let me know, up, down. I will adjust accordingly. And so, Under Night in Birth, anime fighting game. I think anime fighting games very much synonymous with air dashing and flying in the air and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. And this does have some crazy stuff in it, but it's a little more limited in the way that you move around. So you get like a forward dash, back dash, jump, but you have this thing called assault. So, also your buttons, you get like a light attack, you get a medium attack, you get a heavy attack, and I cannot remember what D is. They're labeled A, B, C, D. If you hit forward and D, you get this thing called assault, which jumps you forward. You can do that on the ground, you can do that in the air as well. And some of the interesting things about it, besides being able to like jump forward and get an interesting angle on your opponent, yeah, like you can do quick overheads like this, you can jump over and get like cross-ups this way. But yeah, you're limited in the way that you're dashing. You're not dashing in a horizontal line and like doing all like instant air dashes and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. It's a little more limited, a little more of a grounded game in that regard. One of the common anime tropes as well is chain combos. So usually you're gonna do stuff like A, B, C. This game is a little different in that you can kind of chain those moves any way you want. So if you want to go C, B, A, you can do that too. And it leads to different options. You can also do like medium, heavy, light. And reasons you'd want to do that, for example, is let's say if I go light, medium, heavy, and you block all of that, after that heavy, like I'm unsafe on block and I get destroyed. But if I end with a light, I can block safe because the light attack is safe on block. you're going to head out. Hope you have a great convention. Thank you so much, Ian. Thanks for dropping by. Tell Des I said hi, and we'll see you guys later. Ooh, that was a little bit of a swag combo there. That wasn't really accounting for. It does have air combos, sort of, kinda. But, like, you can juggle people in the air, but that's not necessarily the biggest part of the game. I guess the most unique system in the game is this thing called the grid system. So, at the bottom of the screen, there is a sort of tug of war happening there, where there's different blocks, and there's a menu, and then grid. So, that circle's filling up every 17 seconds, and each time it fills up, whoever has more blocks gets some sort of buff to them, and you can tell that I have it because my character's glowing. And you're generally trying to get that buff, but at the same time you can use those blocks for different sort of abilities as well. So you kind of have to find the risk reward of, like, when do I want to use those blocks for power-ups, and when do I want to save them to get that sort of buff later on in the match. And then a lot of the special moves are very straightforward. They're like the Street Fighter quarter circle forward, uppercuts. There's only one charge character in the game. And does anyone have any other questions or things you want to know about how this works? I know very little. Like this guy, Byakuya, his moves, he has this sort of Rekka, quarter circle forward, and you can do multiple reps of it. And so that's just, yeah. But then you can also do off that. Oh, I don't think it has a back rep. No. Ooh, yes it does. Yeah, if you do back after that, back and attack, then he does like a spider web thing. Yeah, I've been doing that and then going manually. You can hit people off the ground. You can do stuff like 1, 2, 3. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. 1, 2, 3, spin, attack, dash up, attack. Okay. Let me see if I can hit this one thing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not it. Nope. 1, 2, 3. Attack, spider web, dash. 1, 2, 3. Into the super. Ah, I dropped the last bit. Hold on. I know Undernight fans are probably screaming at me for my lack of skill here. I've only been playing the game for like a week. There it is. So yeah, you can do stuff like that as well. I will see you all again. Have to take a nap. Medication making me sleepy. Alright, take care, Drago. Have a great night, man. So yeah, you can do stuff like that. It's got some like very flashy combos, and I feel like the system is pretty open-ended, even though there are some hard limitations. You're not really like juggling people in the air all day. You can only do each move in a combo once. So if you try and like do, say for example, heavy attack into that freeze move, and then you do the heavy attack again. Let's see if I can combo into it. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then freeze, and then do that again. Then he'll fall out of the combo instantly. So, yeah, there's some stuff to know. This guy also has this move where he dashes through and leaves a trap. So if you're, depending on where you are, you might have to block that, like, going the other way. It's pretty sneaky stuff. And you can hit people off the ground as well. Like that. So, it's something to consider as well. Alright, I think that's... Unless anyone else has any other questions about Undernight, how it works, how it plays, we'll probably save the more in-detailed chat about Undernight for, like, a dedicated stream. Oh, we've also got like super big super moves. Let's see if we can do one of those. Can I do the... Yeah. Alright, we'll close it out on this. Alright. Cool looks a bit more complex than BB Tag. Yes, I would say so. Even though it doesn't have the tag mechanic, there's a little more going on. There's a couple more systems in there, and it doesn't have like the air dashing as well. So some other stuff to consider. Thanks for the demo. No problem. We will stream this in full at some point. The schedule is pretty packed for the next little bit, but I will try and get this on there at some point. And Mulligoon, if you do get Fantasy Strike, let me know, and we can try and set up some matches and possibly play that on stream as well. But for now, I gotta get going. I've got 3 minutes, and then my wife and I gotta head out to a convention. So thank you to everybody that dropped by for some Tetris this morning, maybe some Under Night. Thank you, Mulligoon, Drago, JB, Ian, Randy, thank you for the sub. JB, thank you for the follow. Literally, Tony, thank you for the sub as well. And everyone else that came through. Gaming Diaries, Pete. Sorry, scrolling up in the chat. If I missed you. Oh, Gal Lee as well. Thank you all for coming through. Appreciate the support. We will be back on Wednesday. Switch to Decaf will be here with me. We're going to play some Overwatch. And then hopefully at the end of the week. Literally, Tony, thank you so much. Take care. What was I going to say? And hopefully at the end of the week, we're going to watch some NBA G League basketball, cheering on the Raptors 905. I'm coming like fully prepared. I will have basketball notes. I'm going to have my 905 shirt on. I got a Raptors 905 championship ring too. We will totally rock that on stream on Saturday. So until next time, thank you so much. I'm Jeff from inthirdperson.com. I'll see you guys later.